Hi, I'm Rick. I am going to explain to you a problem that we have been dealing with for quite a while since we bought the house. Actually, a little bit after that, because the problem actually didn't become apparent when we first bought the house in winter of 2022. So December of 2022. We have a problem with the water coming out of the house from the sump pump, and it's powerful. It's a lot. It's more water coming out of our house, our sump, than any other house in our entire subdivision. I know, because I have researched this. Like, you have no idea how much I've researched this issue. So now I am going to give you the Love Boat guided tour. So here we go. Okay, so here is where this thing comes out, and this thing ultimately will go to a French drain behind our house. There's a French drain behind that fence. So when we first bought the house, we had one of those smaller 2-inch, 2.5-inch, whatever it is, black corrugated plastic hoses, and that seemed to work. But what we've also come to realize is that there was a drought preceding us purchasing the house, and ever since then we've not had a drought, and we've got lots and lots and lots and lots of water filling into our whatever you call it, surrounding the basement. So we've got a 1/2 horsepower sump pump down there, and this is where it's coming out. And as you can see, it's coming out a lot. It comes out about every 20 seconds or so. And if you could see the full amount of water coming out, it is like a fire hose. And I am not exaggerating. It's like a freaking fire hose. It comes out. It's very powerful. So those 2-inch, 2.5-inch thinner corrugated black plastic pipes, I think I went through about 6 of those things before I finally gave up. And then I went and I bought this blue thing. As you can see right there, supposedly a better quality one, and well, it's not. So this thing right now is full of hoses, and as you can see, I took a wider diameter corrugated black plastic hose. I want to say it's, I don't know, 4 inches, maybe 5 inches, something like that. And I only put that on there to protect it because, as you can see, we have dogs. We have 3 dogs. And they run around in the backyard, and I didn't want them running on and stepping on and puncturing the blue hose. So the black hose is merely for protection. That's it. Now, back over here, so you can see that I put a little bit of an extension on there so that I could put an adapter on this thing. And the adapter is covered by the black hose, but you could see where it comes out. So this is stayed on, and that is not leaking. It looks like I did one thing right. But after that, so I actually cut off a whole bunch of this hose. Well, you can see right here some of the sections that I cut off. And at first I thought, well, it just seems like there are punctures in this thing, in this blue hose, that are just close to where it comes out of the house. Well, it turns out after I got more of the black hose off of here and more of the blue hose is exposed, now I see that there are punctures going out at least to where you see there. And as you can also see, this has been flooding the yard, and it's soup. It's a swamp out here, and you can see how often this thing's going off. In fact, I'm just gonna stand here and let you time it yourself. So I'll wait till the next one, the next surge or whatever you call it, comes out, and you'll be able to hear it. And in fact, I'll actually be able to. Here it comes. Time is 4:37. Typically it's been about 20, 21, 22 seconds in between gusts. So now we're at 4:46, 4:47, 4:48. It's 20. 21 seconds right there. 22, 23, 24, 25, 26 seconds. 26 seconds where we're at right now. Those are my dogs, by the way. They're happy to meet you. Okay, so now you can see how that water is coming out, and that's just from a couple of feet. So the blue hose is leaking like crazy. There's hundreds of holes in this blue hose. So you can imagine I am not real happy. Our yard is completely destroyed. And I will also tell you something else that I know. You probably, if you're a plumber watching this video, you probably already know this, I hope, or a construction contractor. Hopefully you know this too. But that house right there was not here when we bought the house. They just finished building this a few months ago. And the builder was Joel Hefty. And I had many conversations with Joel about this problem. And strongly encouraged him to bury the pipe coming out of their sump pump over there. They actually have two. So there is a hose buried in the yard that you see over there going to the French drain. And so he took my advice, and the lady who owns that house owes me, and she doesn't even know how much she owes me. So the builder of my house, Scott Stouter, piece of shit, dumbass MF, he obviously took the easy way out by doing this, and I'm paying for it. And of course he is no longer in the construction business. From what I understand, he's had a lot of problems with a lot of houses, a lot of homeowners, and he no longer builds houses. Anyway, I don't seem to have much recourse with him. I can't even get that guy to answer the phone. So now I'm going to walk down here and show you guys where this thing ends up. And you can see the French drain. You can see our retaining pond off in the distance. And you can see her hose right there. So one of the other things that is interesting, at least it's interesting to me, is that this French drain goes through the entire subdivision all the way up to almost all the way up to the road up there. And I've walked up and down here many times, and there's not another house in the whole neighborhood that evacuates or drains water like mine does. I don't know why. I don't understand that. I'd like someone to explain that to me, why we have so much water. So here's something else that I'm thinking about now. I mean, I would like to know if there are any alternatives, because the only alternative that I can think of is to tear up our patio and put actual PVC piping down in there, bury it, and send it all the way to the French drain. Obviously, that will be expensive. And my girls just love it when there are people who want to go over and walk on their trail. So anyway, I'd rather not do that. I would like to know if there's an alternative solution, something that I don't know about. I don't know what it would be, but I want to avoid the expense of tearing up this patio if I can. Look at that. I don't know if you saw that. Wow. Another thought that I'm having, and I'm wondering, I'm looking for an opinion on this, is the 1/2 horsepower sump pump that we put down in there. So the original sump pump. So we had a sump pump go out. We had a 1/3 horsepower in there when we bought the house. When it died, we replaced it, and so I went and bought it thinking that a 1/2 horsepower might be a better option. Just maybe it would be more durable. So I had a plumber replace it, and so it definitely works well. But I'm wondering, does the 1/2 horsepower cause more pressure? And could the pressure be what is causing all these holes in the blue hose? And what if we had a lower horsepower sump pump? Would that result in less pressure, and would that result in fewer holes in these things? And why is it that I have all these holes and none of my neighbors do? So I think you guys probably got the gist of it. Sorry for the long video, but anyway, it's about 10 minutes now, and I think I'm going to shut it off. And obviously we need some help and we need some ideas. Thanks, guys.